So this next question is on vocabulary choice. It was actually taken from an actual SAT, and let's see if we can get the choice right. So for painter Jacob Lawrence, being blank was an important part of his artistic process because he paid close attention to all the details of his Harlem neighborhood. Lawrence's artwork captured nuances in the beauty and vitality of the black experience during the Harlem Renaissance and the Great Migration. Now, I don't know if anybody knows anything about Harlem Renaissance and what was so special. And for this listing, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is really pay attention to what's happening here. Part of the artistic process, paid close attention, because usually details this and that and other. So he was being what? An important part of his work. So skeptical means he was doubtful. And I don't know if we want to say doubtful. Because is he skeptical of his Harlem neighborhood? I mean, that's a key word too. Is he skeptical of a place where he lives? And then you turn around and he's got nuances, which means all the different like contradictions and things that happen. So like a nuance is like, well, he captured some things that he shouldn't have, that shouldn't exist. He should capture them, but they shouldn't exist, and they do. Nuance are things that are strange and real and beautiful at the same time. And even so, he had beauty and vitality, meaning the progress, the way that the people walk in the city, the way they talk during the Harlem Renaissance and the Great Migration. So if he's not skeptical, this is a negative term, by the way, skeptical, and we want a positive term. So I'm going to go ahead and put a plus sign because that means we want a positive term. And how do you know you need a positive term? Because of these words. His artwork captured nuances, beauty, vitality, and of the black experience. And it's artwork, and most people tend to think artwork is either going to be abstract enough to be beautiful, or it's really going to be painted well, and it's going to be a good side. So we want being great, and so we want something that's positive. Okay, an important part of the artistic process. So the artistic process in and of itself is what? It's usually something that a lot of our a lot of artists have to look at. So we want a word that's positive. So this is negative. Skeptical, doubtful is negative in terms of this. Sometimes, when you tell little kids be watch out for strangers, most of us don't say be skeptical, but basically that's what you're telling them. Then it's positive, but here he's doubtful of the experience, and then you get into how does he paint it if he's doubtful of it. So then you have, was he critical? Being critical was an important part. So this could be, but it's a negative choice. Was he confident? And he was being confident was an important part of the artistic process. Pay close attention to the details. Here's where you get this word straight. The details have to lead back to something that he would watch. Okay, if it said something else, you go confident. If it was about him, personally, you could say confident, but it's about the details. So when you say details, it has to be something he saw. And he observed. So what's your choice now? Because saw is a synonym for observed, so he's being observant. And the answer is B. He's being observant because this is the adjective form of it, an observant person. But you have the word here, observed. So that's the only choice can be here. And observant is usually pretty positive. Confident is positive, but he's confident. Being confident was an important part of his artistic process. That would mean like he's confident in the neighborhood. And he doesn't need confidence in the neighborhood to observe it. He saw nuances, and this word turns it different too, because nuances means he knows there's some things that are negative, things that are positive, and there are things that are a contradiction. So he doesn't have to be confident in it, but he does have to be observant of what's really going on, because some things that were reported as negative were actually pretty positive. So your word here is observant. If you have any questions, we are at jacobitslearning@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you back. We'll probably post later on this week or next week sometime.